Good morning, everyone. My name is Bisola Rimalade. I'm the marketing manager here at Mercurius IT. Thank you for joining this live event. Mercurius IT is a Microsoft solution partner. We provide end-to-end services in the areas of consulting, implementation, BAU support for Dynamics 365, Business Central, finance and supply chain, and all aspects of CRM, such as Dynamics 365 for sales, marketing, customer service, field service, project operations, and HR. We also provide managed services on Azure. We're a 19-year-old British company based in Milton Keynes in the UK. During this webinar, we will explore the comprehensive capabilities of Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. You will gain in-depth insight into the functionalities and determine how it meets your organization's ERP requirements. If you have any questions during this webinar, please do not hesitate to use the question and answer section, and we will get to your question and answer it at the end of the webinar. I will now hand you over to Shantanu Patel, who will take you through the webinar.
Yeah, I hope you can see my screen, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, hello. Good morning all and a warm welcome to everyone to this webinar. I'm Shantanu Patel. I work as a senior manager at Mercurius IT. I have overall experience of 10 years working on D365 finance and operation and related versions. We will now discuss on optimization of finance and supply chain with Agile ERP, that is Dynamics 365 finance and operation, also known as D365 FSCM. I will be using these words quite frequently in this presentation. Now in this slide, we will understand why P365 F&O is called as an Agile ERP. So Agile stands for adaptive, global, insightful, leading and empowering. So adaptive means it is powered by Microsoft Cloud. Global means it is running over 180 countries. So it indicates that it has a very powerful localization. Insightful, it is called insightful because it helps you to know the details of the approval status of records and other minutest details of all the modules and the operations going on in the organization. It is leading because it is having new technologies like artificial intelligence. It is empowering because of the ease of integration with various Microsoft products and tools. Now this slide highlights the products in the Microsoft ecosystem and how seamless the integration of F&O would be with other Microsoft products like field service, sales, customer service, and other low code and no code solutions like Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate. Now this slide highlights the Dynamics 365 F&O operation landscapes. So we have modules like financial management in which we have general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, cash and bank management, credit and collections, fixed assets, budgets and forecasting, financial consolidation, financial reporting, and global electronic reporting. On the procurement and sourcing, we have requisitions, request for quote, vendor onboarding, purchase order management, vendor collaboration, vendor portal, trade agreement, pricing and discount, purchase tax, and intercompany purchases. On the sales order management, we have sales quotations, product configurator, pricing, promotions, trade agreements, rebates and discounts, sales tax, and intercompany sales. On the supply chain management, we have warehouse management, inventory management, batch and serial tracking, transportation management, quality management, intercompany planning, and intercompany transfers. Project accounting, we have different type of projects like time and material project, internal project, investment projects. We have different kind of billing rules, revenue recognitions, milestone based billing rules, and work breakdown structure. So all the modules are embedded with intelligence module, which is basically the co-pilot, which we will discuss in detail in the upcoming slides. Now we will have a look at the key features available for each of the modules in D365 FSCM. So on the purchase side, we have the entire procure to pay, wherein we have configurable workflows, creation of indents, purchase order, invoices, as well as the payments. We have the bank integration facility, or Microsoft has eased out the bank integration facilities using the middleware or host to host integration. On the sales front, we have inbuilt dual write functionality, which is capable of integrating directly with D365 sales. We have credit limit checks, and also we have ease of integrations with banks for payment receipts. On the inventory front, we have advanced warehousing, wherein you can generate different barcodes and QR codes. We have different valuation methods called FIFO, LIFO, weighted average date, standard cost, and moving average. We also have the inventory visibility feature, wherein you can expose your on-hand inventory to third-party systems for sales-related data or warehousing-related stuffs. The next module is related to planning, wherein we have different type of coverage groups like mean max group, requirement, and manual. We also have demand-based requirement planning, wherein system has inbuilt algorithms to identify the forecast based on the sales that has happened in the previous years. We have capacity planning, wherein you can plan out your resources, also your materials, and you can ensure that right material and right set of workers are available at the right time to execute the production. On the manufacturing front, we have discrete manufacturing and process manufacturing. In the process manufacturing, you can capture the co-products and byproducts. We have the configurable costing sheets to capture the direct and the indirect cost. And you can also use the manufacturing execution system to configure and capture the total input as well as the output at the runtime in the mobile or the tablets. On the quality front, we have creation of quality orders, which is integrated tightly with purchase, sales, and production. We have the quarantine management. You can also have the customer complaint tracking as well as generations of non-conformity and COPPA. The next set of features are from the finance, project management, and human resource. On the finance, we have fixed assets, budgeting, consolidation, expense management, advanced bank reco, and electronic invoicing. On the project management, we have different type of projects called time and material projects, fixed price project, investment projects, and internal projects. You can also create a work breakdown structure, which can be integrated with MS projects as well as the project operations application. On the human resource, you can manage the entire process of hire to retire, like managing the recruitment process, creation of leave and absence management, maintaining the benefit plans, and doing the employee performance management. Now this slide highlights the total processes available in D365 Finance and Operations. So this highlights procure to pay process, quote to cash process, record to report process, plan to perform taxation, and hire to retire deed. Now this slide highlights how the traditional finance is evolving. So on the one hand, if you see, we have AP, which is routed through payment terms, vendor payments, adjustments, and accruals. Other hand, we have AR, which is routed through invoicing, payments, revenue recognition. So from AR and AP, we collate the data to perform the cash and bank reconciliations, cash flow forecasting, comparing the budgets with the actuals, and then comes the creation of financial reports like balance sheets, P&Ls, and cash flow statements. Now in the next slide, we will look at some of the important features available in the finance module. So this starts with the exchange rate. So you can define the exchange rates. Also, you can integrate your exchange rates with couple of exchange rate providers called O and A. In system, we have three different currencies called transaction currency, accounting currency, and reporting currency. Transaction currency is basically the currency in which you deal with your vendors and suppliers. Accounting currency is something in which your company deals with. And reporting currency is something in which you do your reportings. So all these three currencies can be different, and the reportings can be done both in accounting currency as well as in reporting currency. The next slide is related to budget planning and forecasting, which highlights you can prepare your budget based on cost centers, financial dimensions like profit centers, departments. You can upload your budget register entries through Excel or data management, and at the end, you can also compare your budgets with the actuals using the rolling forecast methods. On the consolidation front, we have the consolidation functionality wherein you can do a group reporting, you can prepare your standalone as well as the consolidated balance sheets using these consolidated features. You can also create different elimination rules to eliminate the intercompany transactions. On the fixed assets, you can also create different fixed assets and do the depreciations based on your requirements. You can also have the different books for that purposes. You can create different books for IFRS as well as the tax purposes. We also have the fixed asset roll forward report, which contains the details of opening balances of the fixed assets, acquisitions, adjustments, impairments, as well as the closing balance of those assets. The next slide is on UK making tax digital VAT features. So this slide highlights how you can do the automated filing of your VAT returns directly to the HMRC portal, eliminating the manual intervention. So this integration is very safe and you can directly file your VAT returns on the HMRC portal. The next slide is related to subscription billing. So you can create recurring billing schedules, recurring contract billings. You can do the deferrals of your revenues and expense. So basically this is related to revenue recognition wherein you can post the invoice today but realize the revenue at a later point in time based on your regulatory requirements. We also have the multi-element revenue allocation, which is basically realization of the revenue uh, from multiple streams based on the predefined conditions set in the system. This is related to expense management wherein you can do couple of functionalities over here wherein you can import the credit card transactions, you can place a cash advance request, you can get the travel requisitions approved. And in the end, you can also perform a reconciliation between the cash advance requests as well as the total expenses to get to know the total payables or the recoverable amount from an employee. On the advanced bank reconciliations, you can do the reconciliations of the bank statement as well as the transactions which are available in the system. So this reconciliation is performed by the system automatically if you give the data in the formats called MT940, CMT 053 and BAI2, and system automatically performs the reconciliation for you. The next slide is related to invoice capture. So this allows the automated capturing of vendor invoices from the mailbox. This is done using the Dataverse, wherein the data is being captured from your mailbox to Dataverse, and from Dataverse it is being pushed to Dynamics 365 F&O. So this makes the processing of the invoices much smooth and fast. This was the recently launched functionality, I think few months back. This slide is on the electronic invoicing. So as you are aware, and given the global shift towards e-invoicing implementation, Microsoft has also begun rolling out the features that cater to electronic invoicing, ensuring compliance with each country's regulatory standard. So here you can send the electronic invoicing directly to your customers, and also you can import all the vendor invoices that you receive from vendor invoices automatically. The next slide is on asset leasing. So in the asset leasing, this keeps a track of all the assets taken on lease by an organization. This is fully compliant with IFRS as well as US GAAP standards. Now in the next slide, we will have a look at the available features in supply chain. So in supply chain, we have multiple modules comprising of production control, time and attendance. It also captures various lifecycle modules like product information management, engineering, change management, sales, procurement, asset management, warehousing, trade promotions, and Kanban. So the important feature is one of the important feature of FSCM is planning optimization. So here we have three types of planning, basically master planning, which caters to make to order scenario. We have forecast planning, which caters to make to stock scenario. And the last one is intercompany master planning, which is catering to intercompany requirements. The next slide is on the advanced warehouse management. So this slide basically focuses on the support of mobile devices, which allows us to perform all the pick and put away transactions for purchase, sales, transfers, Kanban, and returns. We can perform different tasks like label printing, like you can print out the barcode, QR code using Zebra programming languages. We also have the cluster picking and cross docking functionalities. You can process the inbound as well as the outbound waves. You also have the traceability of which worker is doing what kind of tasks, and you can also have the logs being maintained, like who has created the wave, who has processed the waves. So all those details can be maintained in the advanced warehouse management. The next is related to vendor collaboration. So this slide indicates how vendors can collaborate with the 365 finance and operations. So this module exposes the limited set of information to the external vendor users. And in this module, vendors can view or modify their information, response to RFQ. They can approve the purchase orders. Also, they can maintain the vendor invoices, so they can have a look of which vendors are being approved and which vendors are not, like which vendor invoices are being approved and which vendor invoices are being released for payments and which vendors are yet to be paid. Now this slide is about asset management. It shows how efficiently we can maintain the assets related details and maintain them by creating the maintenance requests as well as the work orders in F&O. Now you can perform different type of maintenance like breakdown maintenance, predictive and preventive type of maintenance. You can also report various details uh, in this module. You can create MIS reports like mean time to repair, mean time between the failure for each of the assets. This slide is on inventory visibility. So using inventory visibility, you can do different type of inventory allocations using demand driven requirement planning. You can get an accurate as well as the real time view of inventory across multiple systems. You can optimize your inventory placements. You can also make use of ATP as well as CTP, which is nothing but available to promise and capable to promise, to identify the estimated shipping date or the actual shipping date. You can also use this in conjunction with transportation planning to identify the full truckload as well as the partial truckload capabilities. This is basically used to optimize the truck space for the consignments that are sent to the vendors. Now, next slide, we will go through the details of the production, which is available in Dynamics 365 F&O. So this production module caters to different kind of industries, basically discrete, process, lean, and project based. So in the discrete, we cater to apparel, furnitures, and electronics. In the process, we have chemicals, plastic, food, and pharmaceuticals. In the lean, we have automotive, printing, and HVAC. And in the project base, we have equipment or the construction type of companies as well as the pharma companies. So in this slide, we will discuss about plan to produce process. So plan to produce process starts with defining the production strategies, like identifying what is make to order or make to stock, whether it is based on forecasting or open sales order or both. Post deciding the production strategies, we move to planning of the production operations like executing the MRP, blocking the resources, ordering material required for production, and delivering the plan to the shop floor team. In the executing production operations, the production is being carried out. We perform the posting of the consumptions. We do request report as finished as well as ending of the orders. In the control production quality, we can have a look of the total material that has cleared the quality, or if there is any defect, we can create a quarantine order. Also, we can perform the rework on those batches as well. Post-production quality, we have the provision to analyze the production matrix, wherein we can have a look at the production cost estimates, analyzing the shift-wise output and details of the time taken for production. Now in the upcoming slide, we will have a look at Dynamics 365 Copilot, which can help you in analyzing the behavior and details of any record in F&O. So we will go through some of the examples in the upcoming slide. The first one is product summary. So in this product summary, you can get the details of all the released products, like what is the current purchase price, what is the total on hand available for this particular item, what are the sales details, like what is the sales value that it is fetching. Similarly, on the customer front, we have different details related to customer, like what is the total number of orders that customer has, what are the overdue invoices, what is the recent trade agreement that we have signed, total payments, total outstanding invoices. So all those details can be derived from customer summary. On the sales order summary, we have you can track what are the total number of lines, how many items are being already shipped, how many items are being picked, how many items are being invoiced. So those all details you can get from the sales order summary. On the collection coordinator summary, you can get the details of the customer, like what is the credit rating that the customer holds, how many payments has been defaulted by this customer, what is the average payment terms for the customer, what is the total number of outstanding we have against the customer. The next is related to smart procurement with Copilot, wherein it highlights the total confirmed purchase orders that we have. How many purchase orders have minor change after confirmation? What are the customers with major changes? So this gives you a streamlined view of the purchase orders, and you can have a details of all the changes that you make in the purchase order from analytical point of view. So this is a summary of how the workflow history summary works for Copilot. So in this, you can get the details of who has created this record, who has submitted this record, when was it rejected, what was the comment. So all those details you can get in the workflow history summary. Now in the next slide, we will have a look at the cloud capabilities of D365. So these are some of the features available in D365 clouds or offerings that are being given by Microsoft. So Dynamics 365 is hosted on a SaaS platform, and it has the ability to scale up as well as scale down based on your requirements. We have the enhanced user interface, which is quite similar to Excel, PowerPoint, or Word. So there is no major effort required in terms of navigating the things. So all the operations in D365 are managed via LCS, which is a collaboration portal between Microsoft, the implementation partner, and the customer. So all the details, the environment details, the asset library details are being maintained in the LCS. Change management. So there is very less change management involved because of the familiar user interface. We also have mobile capabilities wherein the organization users can perform certain kind of business activities on the mobile devices, like approving the purchase orders and other details. We also have the built-in analytics called embedded Power BI, which helps you to develop certain analytical reports and ensures that you have the real-time visibility. We have data centers. So we have 3 large data centers available in UK with all regulatory compliances. We provide 99.9% of uptime SLA. We also have the integrations, or the ease of integration is very much available with all the existing Microsoft products or Microsoft technologies, which is Azure, Power Platform, or be it any other Microsoft product like D365 sales, field services, customer insights. So with D365 finance and operation, we get two instances or two environments, which is one is production environment, which is N tier, and UAT, which is 2 tier. Both the environments are managed by Microsoft, which has automatic backup and restoration capabilities. We also have Azure DevOps to take care of the Azure code backups, as well as the rollback history can be maintained. We follow one version, which is automatic update of the current instances which we are using. So Microsoft releases the patches as well as the update at the regular intervals. And at some point in time, it forces, after a certain period of time, it forces to upgrade to a new version to ensure that all the customers using F&O are on one version. Now this slide highlights on the D365 analytics and reporting. So we have basically 6 type of reportings available in the system, which is the first is document print, which is related to creation of SSRS, document prints in purchase orders, invoices, packing slips, or you can take a printout of goods receipt notes. On the inquiries and alerts, you can set up different alerts, or you can view certain inquiries from the workspaces. We also have Power BI, wherein you can create your own Power BI reports, and certain embedded Power BI reports are already available in F&O. For financial reporting, you can use the management reporter to create various kind of finance related reports like profit and loss, cash flows, and balance sheets. We have general electronic reporting to capture all the tax related or regulatory related compliance reports. And the next one is Microsoft Fabric, wherein we have multiple products underneath it, like Data Factory, which is basically like all of them are related to collation of the data from different systems. So you can utilize Data Factory, you can do different kind of data engineering, you can compose or transform the data using data science. Data warehousing can be used by data scientists to store certain kind of data in certain formats. You can do real-time analytics with those data, and you can also create a Power BI report. And all of them comes and sits on top of one lake. So with this, you can easily come to know that finance and operations serves as a pivotal function within an organization, adaptively managing both financial strategies as well as the operational processes to ensure that seamless operations are being performed in the company. Now with this, we conclude our webinar, and now we can move ahead for question and answer sessions.
Thank you, Shantanu. I have a few questions here for you. The first one is, which file format does advanced bank reconciliation support?
Sorry, Bisola, I could not get you.
You didn't hear me?
No, actually, I could not hear you. Can you repeat?
Okay. Can you put your slide back on? Yeah, thank you. On questions, please. The first question is, which file format does advanced bank reconciliation support?
So it is basically MT940, CAI2, and we also have other couple of formats being supported.
Okay, thank you very much. And we can't see your slide. Can you please put it on questions, please?
Yeah, 1 second.
Thank you.
Just 1 second.
Okay.
Put the slide up.
Okay, I'm just going to ask the second question as well.
Yeah.
Does Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations support online submission of tax returns?
Yes, so Dynamics 365 very much supports the online submission of tax returns, wherein using making tax digital feature. You can file online returns. So that is very much possible, and this feature is already there, which provides a secure connection between the returns that are to be submitted to the HMRC portal.
Okay. Another question is, can scanning guns integrate with Microsoft warehousing app?
Yes, so scanning guns can work with finance and operations. So all you have to do is on the scanning app. These are basically all the scanning apps run on the Android or any other OS. So what you have to do is you have to go to the App Store or the Play Store and download that scanning app in the warehouse gun, and then you can perform your routine operations.
Okay, I've got a couple of more questions. How is
Yeah.
disaster recovery and backup managed in Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations?
So like I mentioned, so UAT environment as well as the production environment are being managed by Microsoft completely. So you can set up a time frame, like at what intervals you would like to take a backup. So by default, Microsoft takes the backup at every 15 minutes. So there are very, I would say, zero chances of your data getting hampered or data getting lost. So that is one way. And second, what happens is it ensures that 99.9% of SLA is available. So what happens is when one data center goes down, it automatically redirects or repoints the usage on the another data center. So even if one data center is down, you will not face any kind of slowness in this system. Yeah, so it ensures that system is available 24/7 at all times, and the backup is also being taken at regular intervals.
Brilliant.
So it is both. So it is like full data backup also, and incremental data backups also are being taken.
Brilliant. Final question. Can D365 F&O be customized to match specific business processes?
Yes. So Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation is a very flexible product, and you can customize it based on your requirements. Even if there are certain processes which are totally not available, but if the industry demands it, we can obviously develop those processes at the time of customization. So in terms of customization, I would say it is a very flexible product, unlike the other products.
Brilliant.
We also have I would say app source portal wherein ready-made ISVs are also available. Ready-made features or ready-made features hosted by partners are also available. So you can directly embed those apps in F&O without much efforts.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's all the question I have. If you have any further questions, please email them to me, and I will get them answered for you and send them to you by return email. Shantani, can you just share the final slide, please? Thank you so much for attending this webinar. For further inquiry or to chat to one of our experts, please, if you can email May Amir, which is MAIAMIR, and her email address is mai.a@Mercurius IT, and she's our sales director, and she'll be able to answer your questions and help you further. Thanks again for attending. If you're interested in any of our previous webinars, please visit our website at www.mercuriusit.com. If you click on resources and then on-demand webinar, you can watch as many webinars you like that may benefit your business. Thanks again, and we will see you on our next webinar.
Thank you, everyone.